Welcome back to the SplitFast instruction series. With your hardware set up and your meet created, you're almost ready to start timing. But before you do, it's worth understanding the 6 training modes that SplitFast offers, because each one uses a different gate configuration and measures performance in a different way. Let's go through them one by one. One thing to note before we start: a training mode needs to be included in your meet setup before it will appear as an option in the app. From video 3, you'll remember selecting events when you created the meet. Make sure the modes you want to use are included in that list. And if you're ever unsure about how to configure the gates for a particular mode, there's a help button at the top of the event setup page that gives you step-by-step instructions for whichever mode you have selected. Recall that you can always add a training mode to a meet, even after its creation but not after its completion. In local mode, just select the meet name on the event setup page. Then tap and slide the meet name left to reveal edit. On the edit meet page, you can then add extra training modes. If you are using the SplitFast results portal, navigate to the meet detail page for the meet you want to change, and click edit. This opens the edit meet form, which contains all the same sections as when the meet was first created. Make whatever changes you need, then click Save Meet at the bottom to apply them. Back on the timing app, tap Refresh to get the updated meet. The first mode, and the one most users will start with, is sprint training. This is your standard multi-lane sprint timing setup. You place one finish gate in each lane at the finish line, and if you want to capture split times along the way, you can add optional split gates at intermediate distances. Here we see a sprint training event for 3 athletes, each with a split gate at 30 meters and 60 meters, and the finish gates at 100 meters. As each athlete passes their gates, the split and finish times appear on your screen instantly, along with the incremental velocity between each split. The event ends automatically 3 seconds after all finish times have been received, so you don't need to do anything to stop it. Sprint training supports up to 8 lanes and 12 gates total. So you could simultaneously time 4 athletes, each with a finish gate and 2 splits. 40-yard dash mode follows the fixed protocol used in combine-style athlete evaluation, the same standard used in American football scouting. Each lane requires exactly 3 gates: a split gate at 10 yards, a split gate at 20 yards, and a finish gate at 40 yards. Multiple lanes can run simultaneously, with each lane timed independently. Results are displayed in yards and miles per hour, the units used in the combine protocol. The event ends automatically 3 seconds after the last finish time is received. Flying start mode is designed for measuring a single athlete's maximum velocity. In this mode, the athlete accelerates to full speed before they pass the start gate. That's what triggers the timer. They then continue through to the finish gate, which stops it. All gates for flying start are set to lane 1, and the mode times only 1 athlete at a time. Optional split gates between the start and finish can give you velocity data across different sections of the run if you need it. Shuttle mode uses a single gate that acts as both the start and the finish. The athlete begins just before the gate.
On your mark.
When they pass it for the first time, the timer starts. They sprint to a cone or marker at a set distance, turn around, and sprint back past the gate, which stops the timer. There's one important thing to set correctly here: the distance field on the gate. Set it to double the distance to the turning cone. So if your cone is 20 meters away, enter 40 meters. That's because the athlete is covering the distance twice. Agility mode is for reactive change of direction testing. 2 or more finish gates are placed at different possible finish locations, typically in a T formation, with a cone marking the change of direction point. The athlete sprints toward the cone, and at a signal from the coach, breaks left or right and sprints to whichever finish gate is in that direction. Whichever gate they pass stops the timer. Each finish gate is set to a different lane number, the first to lane 1, the second to lane 2, and so on. Optional split gates can be placed along the approach to capture the athlete's entry speed before the change of direction. For consistent results, make sure the coach gives the direction signal at exactly the same point in every run. A second cone, or cones, can be placed at the signaling point to enhance this. Lap mode is for timing consecutive laps around a track or velodrome. Each time the athlete passes the lap gate, a lap time is recorded. If you want intermediate split times within each lap, for example, at the 100, 200, and 300 meter marks of a 400 meter circuit, you can add optional split gates around the course. Set the distance field on the lap gate to the lap distance. For example, 400 meters for a standard athletics track. To see lap mode in action, we have simulated an athlete running around a 400 meter track with splits at the 100, 200, and 300 meter marks. Each time the athlete passes a split or lap gate, the time is displayed on the screen. Unlike other modes, lap mode doesn't end automatically. You tap the stop button in the app when the session is finished. Two things to be aware of with lap mode. First, all gates must be set to the same lane number. If they're on different lane numbers, the app won't recognize them as part of the same event. Second, the athlete should start just before the lap gate, since the timer starts the moment they first pass it. So that's all 6 training modes. Sprint training for multi-lane sprint sessions. Flying start for maximum velocity testing. Shuttle for there and back sprints. Lap for track circuits. Agility for reactive change of direction drills. And the 40-yard dash for combine style evaluation. Remember, whichever mode you're using, make sure it's included in your meet setup, and check the in-app help button on the event setup page if you need a quick reminder of the gate configuration for that mode. In the next video, we'll move on to event setup and running sprint events, so you'll see sprint training mode in action from start to finish. See you there.